What's going on, smart people? In yesterday's video, I talked about the classes that I will be taking next semester, and I said in the comment section I want you to tell me what you'll be taking. And I also said in the community tab that I'll be making a video on your responses, so that is what we are doing today. I like this kind of video because there's more physics classes than the ones that I'm taking. So for future physics majors, it's nice to see what else is out there, and what better way to survey that than to see what other physics majors are taking. Now, there's going to be more than just physics majors commenting in it, but it still will be a good time. There's under 100 comments this time, I think, so I will be going through all of them. However, if they start to get a little redundant, I'll show them on the screen, but I probably won't spend much time talking about it, just because that would end up getting a little bit boring. But let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, I thought this was just a nice little casual video to do on a Sunday. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday if you celebrate weekends and stuff like that. So there's 62 comments on the video itself, and there is 24 on this one, so a little under 90 comments. Let's start with the one on the video. Let's get the big one out of the way. Last year of European undergrad here, next semester I'll have my third semester of quantum. That's pretty cool. Is this ever going to end? Stat mech, spectro, astrophysics, and a couple classes that I have to retake, complex mechanics and complex analysis. Best of luck, everyone. That sounds like a full load. I actually just got a new complex analysis book that I'm pretty excited on. That sounds like fun, though. The next one, you better get into that MFing. I talked about how I'm not actually in the PhD program, so as soon as I'm sure that I'm in, then those will be the classes that I'm taking. Yeah, hopefully. And I did go through a lot of these already. No EM. I was hoping you would show us how hardcore Jackson's book really is. Yeah, I mean, it's the spring semester. Normally for two-part courses, you start it on the fall. So since I didn't take E&M 1 in the fall, I'm not going to be starting it in the spring, so it'll be next year. I'm only a freshman in undergrad, but I'll be taking Calc 2, Data Structures, Analytical Physics, Intro to Philosophy seminar. Analytical Physics, that sounds like classical mechanics. We called ours Analytical Mechanics. Sounds pretty fun. Calc 2 is a big jump from Calc 1 in my experience. It's been fun following, oh, this is a nice comment. It's been fun following your progress, and I'm quite interested to see how you end up doing in the finals. Grad school physics isn't for the faint-hearted. It's true that thermo and stat mech isn't the favorite for many. All good stuff. Yeah, this was just a really nice comment. Did they say what they were taking? I don't think so. Alright, moving on. I'll be taking differential equations, stats, numerical analysis, and abstract algebra. Sounds like a math major. I never took abstract algebra, and it's one of those courses I really wish I did take. I don't regret necessarily not having a double major in math, but doing that, I would have liked to have taken another course in real analysis, complex analysis, and a course in abstract algebra, just so I could have a firmer foundation in things like rings and group theory. But it is what it is. Maybe one day. I'm taking computational physics. Awesome course. Here's a list in the next lot. ODEs, modern physics, waves and optics, computational methods, advanced measurement and instrumentation, and one more course in either complex analysis or E&M 2. Still undecided. Man, that's a tough one. I would personally go for E&M 2 just because that's typically when you're exposed to special relativity. Modern physics goes into it, but modern physics, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of modern physics. Not because I thought it was difficult. I just thought everything was too surface level. They try to expose you to too many things in one course. But it's still cool. Differential equations was fun. Sounds like an interesting list of courses. I'm a sophomore. We'll be taking classical mechanics. I read cosmology, and general relativity. Wow. Are you an undergrad? If you're taking cosmology and GR in undergrad, that sounds pretty tough. But I'm sure you got this. Advanced scientific computing, differential equations, discrete math, and experimental physics too. Yeah, GR is cool. I'm also looking forward to taking classical mechanics. Definitely not excited for experimental. We have something in common. When I took a second semester in experimental, it wasn't as bad as the first one because it was kind of cool because it was tailored towards famous experiments in history. So we did things like the double slit experiment, which is cool to see for your own eyes instead of just watching YouTube videos on it. So that I appreciated with the experimental physics class. I just didn't like how complicated all of the machines were. Next quarter to take Quantum 1, Advanced Mechanics, Stellar Structure, and Evolution. This is a great thing about this kind of video is the electives. The electives are the things that are going to be varying across the board. Everyone has to do the classical mechanics and quantum and E&M, but stellar structure and evolution is not something that would have been offered in my undergrad. So things like that, it's kind of cool to see what people are taking. All the best. Thank you, Kitchen. Does the Fortran C suggestion, I guess whenever people are making having questions and stuff on the video, I'm gonna respond to that here as well. So I hope you guys don't mind that it's not purely what you guys are taking. Does it tell you more about the department's attitude to computing and their own skill base rather than practical approaches to computational computing? Well, I think if people are coding in, I'm not too familiar with C, but if it's similar to C++, if you're coupling that with Fortran, it sounds like that would be really efficient computing, because those are really, I've always heard that those programming languages are really good, really fast at making calculations, whereas Python ones tend to take a while. I'd say Quantum 2 sounds the most interesting. Quantum 2 is pretty cool. I like that in undergrad. I'm taking Calc 3, General Physics, and Lab, Chem 2, Theater Appreciation. Obviously, I'm looking forward to Theater Appreciation. For real, I'm stoked to take Physics again, but most looking forward to Calc 3. That was a really cool class. I really like Calc 3. Not my favorite math class that I've taken, but it was a good one. I think Quantum 2 sounds really good. I'm excited because next semester I'm taking Complex Analysis. I don't know what that says. Functional Programming and others, but I'd say those are the most interesting. Man, I'm so jealous. I never took Complex Analysis in undergrad. I really wish I did. I might have substituted taking PDEs for it. But PDEs was also a pretty cool class. For me, StatMech seems exciting. I don't think that's a cool name. Next semester, I'll be taking some first-year E&M. Hold on, a little sip for the working man. Right, meow meow? Taking some first-year E&M, linear algebra, intro to comp sci, writing studio, and the culture of World War I. Should be an interesting time. Yeah, I would love to take another history class. Linear algebra, that's my favorite math, I would say. It's probably the one that I'm best with. So I love linear algebra. E&M is also just a good time. Probably the first time you're introduced to things like the Dirac delta function, so you start to actually use the math that you learn in E&M. I'll be taking waves and optics, measurement physics, laser physics, basic material science, and computational methods, plus a physics project course. Wow, that's super niche. That's very, very specific. To take all of those specific courses in one semester doesn't seem too common. Maybe statistical mechanics is the key to unlocking all the secrets of the universe, but the truth was too much for these men, so they decided to end it all and keep the truth hidden from the world. He's talking about how I referenced how Boltzmann and his student both did statistical mechanics and then ended up, unfortunately, killing themselves. Intro to Physics 2, Calc 2, Chem 2, Mathematical Scientific Computation, Intro to Mathematical Reasoning. Most looking forward to Physics 2 because the professor is awesome. That really can make or break a course for you. But I guess that tells you something. It's also physics. Do you guys only take 3 subjects per semester? Sometimes only 2. So yeah. But I mean, in undergrad, especially in America, you'll be taking maybe 5 courses a semester, but 2 of them will probably be like gen eds. So it's cool to not have gen eds. Why did you decide not to take? I already talked about that. I studied canonical transformations in my undergrad, classical mechanics. That's pretty cool. I don't think we ever did in mine. All the best for the upcoming semester. Likewise. The other day you mentioned you used Jacobians for solving a problem in your classical mechanics homework. It'd be great if you could make a video on them. Also, and what exactly you did in the classical mechanics. Oh, well, I mean, Jacobians, if you do some kind of transformation into a different coordinate system, you know, the measure inside the integral changes, and you can change that. So instead of dx, dy, dz, you can go to the r squared sine theta, dr, d theta, d phi using a Jacobian. So it's your basic Calc 3 stuff. Making purely math videos isn't really my thing anymore. Maybe if I might go over the specific classical mechanics problem though. Next semester, I'm excited to take Calc 3 and Intro E&M because I previously really struggled with E&M in high school. Good luck with your classes. It's hard not to struggle with E&M in high school when they say this is how you solve the problem, but so much of what makes it work is like the Calc 3, which, I mean, you're probably not too ready to handle in high school. So it could seem a little hand-wavy and frustrating. Let's finish the semester strong. Almost done. Wish you the best with your semester, Andrew. Quantum 2 is the most interesting. Quantum in general is just super interesting. Let's just be real. Stats, dynamics for electrical engineering, circuits 1, modern physics, computational, math foundations. Wonder what math foundations is. That's another thing. It's just whatever. It's sometimes it's hard to know what the class is just based off of the name. So you're doing engineering. Sounds like you're an EE major, maybe a physics minor. I had to take a circuits course in undergrad. My lab partner, Rod, though, saved me for that course. I had a really hard time, so shout out to Rod. I'm the only I'm only in high school, but next semester is AP Physics, AP Calc, post AP Scientific Research. I wasn't that proactive in high school. I was a pretty average high school student, so I took APs, but I didn't take AP Physics. I took physics, just not AP. Yeah. I'm just a junior, but very, very happy with the courses I'm taking. On top of my required courses, I'm taking AP Calc, AP Physics. Oh, so you're a junior in high school. Intro to Physics Beyond the Basic Mechanics, AP Physics, all that good stuff. That's awesome. I love to see people going in the right direction so early. Like having that mindset. I don't know if it's a parenting thing. I doubt. My parents were fantastic. I think I just didn't have the drive yet in high school. So I think that must be what it is. Some of you are just so driven already. I always consider statistical mechanics as fine-aged wine. It's elegant and old and pretty unchanged for most of the part since its inception. It's definitely an acquired taste. Let's see, you get to what you're taking? No, just a nice comment. Always like the nice comments. Next semester, Intro to Condensed Matter, Nuclear and Subnuclear Optics with Lab, Atmospheric Physics, Medical Physics. Love you, Andrew. You're taking all that. Are you a grad student or... That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot. Good luck with that. Those sound so interesting. I never thought I'd be interested in atmospheric physics until I started watching Simon Clark's videos, and I realized how interesting it actually could be. Yeah, good luck with your semester. Next semester, I'm taking QM3, Relativistic Quantum Mechanics, Second Quantization, Nuclear Physics, Solid State, and your thesis for scattering determination of triple differential cross-sections. That's awesome. My thesis was actually on calculating triple differential cross-sections too, so we got some stuff in common. We didn't have a Quantum 3 though. I wish we did, but I guess I wouldn't have had time to take it anyways because I took Quantum 2 my final semester, so that's pretty cool. I actually didn't know that undergraduate programs offered that kind of thing across the nation. StatMech is super dope. It's a way of understanding. So a lot of people are just commenting on me saying that I wasn't too stoked to take statistical mechanics. Let's see. Did you say lots of cool stuff? And magnets, how they work. So far I have Quantum 2, Physics Practicum, a lab assistant for freshman lab, PDEs, computational, and one undecided course. Cool. I'd like to take another course in like advanced partial differential equations. That's what's cool about grad school is if you can argue that a branch of math is sort of relevant to your research, you can take it. It's not like you only have to take physics courses. I'd like to do that to argue to take some formal courses in like differential geometry or something if I can swing it. Hopefully StatMech is fun. I don't take it for a while, but next semester I got Quantum 2. E&M 2, lasers, proof-based linear algebra, and signal analysis. Looking forward to all except quantum, but not because I'm bad at it, but because it's 100% wrong. It's just, sorry, let me read this one more time. Looking forward to all except quantum, but not because I'm bad at it or not interested in it, because that is 100% wrong. Okay, I thought you were saying quantum is 100% wrong. It's just super easy for me, so I want to get it out of the way. Fair enough. I mean, I hope the other classes are pretty challenging. I've never taken like something like lasers. I don't see Quantum 2 is kind of challenging though. It wasn't. I really liked Quantum 2. I think it was harder than Quantum 1. Whoops. I don't know. I hope you enjoy it. I really did. I'm stoked for next semester. I get to take mechanics, thermo, diffie-Q, and linear algebra. Thermo, cool. Sounds like a pretty standard semester. Second year, I'll be taking analytical mechanics. Is a full course in special relativity. Differential equations, linear algebra, next semester. A full course in special relativity sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. Abstract algebra 2, E&M 2, machine learning, general physiology. 1 semester left until I begin grad school. Oh, that's exciting. Abstract algebra 2. I didn't even know that there were 2 courses in that, but I don't know too much about abstract algebra, I guess. Machine learning. That sounds interesting. StatMech is the second best subject I've taken so far. First one is Quantum 2. I'm a diehard fan of quantum, and you'll love quantum statistics. Yeah, we went over some Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac statistics in undergrad. Just not too in-depth, because none of us had quantum yet. I'm a math major, but taking our quantum computing course, which is listed as both physics and a CS class. Other classes are commutative algebra, measure theory, functional analysis, algebraic curves, and introduction to harmony. Wow. Commutative algebra, that sounds pretty cool. Okay, yeah, sounds really cool. Next semester, I'll begin my sophomore year, and the classes go like this. Calc 3, Classical, E&M, and Mechanics. Maybe I'll enroll in one more class, but I haven't made up my mind. If you're taking Calc 3 and E&M, if that's like your actual E&M course, that sounds pretty challenging. Because you start off... I guess when I took E&M, a good amount of it first was a math review, so they might get you straight before you start getting into the heavy like divergence and curl theorem, stuff like that. Because that didn't come until the end of Calc 3 for me. So that sounds pretty challenging. I would wait. I don't know if I would enroll in another class. It sounds like a lot. I also have a second lot of thermo next year. That's a course that should have 2 semesters of it. I think so. As well as optics, all that stuff, applied maths. I've got PDEs, computational, and fluid. Yeah, I never took a course in fluid dynamics. I feel for computational physics, Python might not be the best choice. I only use Python to evaluate my measurements for lab reports or quickly visualize data. If you want to go into Lattice QCD, definitely do computational physics in C/C++. I'm almost sure you can't do that in Python. Yeah, I have a working knowledge of C++. I took a course in it, but I'm not as good in C++ as I am in Python. Mathematical statistics, statistical computing, undergrad research, ODEs, survey astronomy, metaphysics. Okay. Taking differential equations, intro physics 2 and gen chem 2, so you're just starting off. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. I don't think I started watching like physics videos and stuff until I really decided I was into physics. So you're getting a head start. This next semester I got thermo 2, so another person who has 2 semesters of thermo. Plus organic chemistry 2, heat mass transfer and modern physics, and intensive walking. I took 1 semester of organic chemistry. I didn't think it was as hard as people said it was. I actually still have my textbook over there. I heard organic 2 kicks things up though. I heard that's a pretty challenging course. Have you heard of Norton's Dome? It concerns non-determinism in classical Newtonian mechanics. Pretty interesting. I've never heard of that before. I'll look into it. I actually like StatMech. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I didn't hate it. It's just, I didn't find it that interesting. It was really hard. It's kind of like classical mechanics for me, where it's hard and not that interesting to me. So it kind of, whereas quantum is hard but also super interesting. You can send the PDF of physics for classes 12. For class 12. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I do have a video on PDF of physics books though. It might be in there. Are you taking PhD in physics? Hopefully, it depends if I get into the program. I got into 2 PhD programs, but I rejected them to go to a school that I was waitlisted at. So I took a very unconventional route. That's the same one. Grad GR with LIGO professor would be really fun. Wow, that does sound really cool. They offer a GR course. Are we already at the bottom? I went through those so quickly. I hope that doesn't show in the video too much. Like I was rushing through those, but there is the GR course offered at NMSU, but it's not offered like every year. It depends if there's enough students that want to take the class. So I'm going to rally for that course to be taught. I definitely want to take a formal graduate course in GR. That would be amazing. In our math methods class, we're doing tensors, and our professor who would teach GR was going over things like the curvature tensor and contracting it and things like that, which was it's just so cool to see. I would love to take that formal course. Hi Andrew, can you link the webpage you're looking at? Thanks. Okay, yeah, I'll be sure to do that in this video. He's talking about the courses that showed what classes NMSU offers, so I'll leave a link to that in this video. What do you do when you can't solve a problem? Are you frustrated and know it has to be done by tomorrow? Stay up longer. I don't know what else to say. I mean, eventually, I was talking to Kelly. It's going to sound bad, but I said that I feel like Hal sometimes, where I almost always eventually get the answer right, but it just takes forever. My first intuition is almost always wrong, and then I eventually get it right most of the time. And then I'll get my homework back, and there might be like a couple points taken off. 704, a woman. I don't know what that was. Next semester, I'll start my bachelor's in physics, so you can guess I'm totally excited to live again. It's such an exciting time. Undergrad is awesome. Now let's get into the actual community tab, where I actually posted to say, what are you guys gonna be taking? So this should just be about the classes, not like, hey, Andrew, like the video and stuff, which is still nice. I love seeing that. Everyone's so supportive. You go to YouTube and it's just filled with trolls and people that are mean. And then you go to my channel, it's just people that are either supportive, talking about how much they love physics, or talking about memes. Take two, I just had to spill stuff over myself. So this person, Tyler, you're taking Calc 2, or this one was the hardest Calc course, Engineering Physics 2, Polymeric Synthesis and Characterization and Lab, Plastics Processing and Lab. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, I think Calc 2 is one of the biggest jumps. It's not that hard. You know what, I might agree with you. I think I agree with you that Calc 2 is the hardest. It's not the most advanced. Obviously, Calc 3 goes a little bit, it goes ahead and generalizes it to multiple dimensions. But one, it's a huge jump from Calc 1, and there's so many integration or integrals that you're expected to be able to take. I had a hard time with Calc 2, but it's super important. You need to take it. It's one of the most important calcs. Engineering Physics 1, Calc 2, C++. I need to brush up on my C++, if I'm being honest. I'm getting a little rusty. I'm also getting a little rusty with Python since I haven't used it since the summer. Next semester, high school senior, advanced calculus, real analysis. Wow. I took that like my junior year of college. Elementary number theory, AP computer science, senior English economics, self-studying, AP physics C, and E&M. Man, such much determinism. Right, man? Yeah, real analysis sounds tough in high school. It's tough for me in college. I'm taking, I'm a first-year engineering student, and next semester I have engineering mechanics, engineering design, business and technical writing, Calc 2, linear algebra, How many courses is this? Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good luck. Wow. And it's your first year. If you can make it through that your first year, you got a well-defined work ethic. I couldn't do that. First year, I took like English and, I don't know, like breathing 101. I was like, this is so hard. Anatomy and physiology, yikes. AKA the only class I've ever taken that isn't an AP class. Oh, so you're in high school? Oh yeah, you are, yeah. I've seen you comment a lot. Spanish, AP Calc, AP Statistics. I took AP Statistics. That's one of the only AP courses I took in high school. I had an 8th class, but dropped it because school combined with applications was a lot more. I understand that. Rip my GPA. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. And good luck on the quiz. Thank you. Yeah, I do have a quiz tomorrow on quantum. Next semester, first year undergrad, multivariable calculus, E&M, classical, complex analysis. See, I'm comparing all of these first year things to what I would have been able to handle, and that's something that would have been too much for me. I wasn't there yet for when I was, an 18-year-old kid. I couldn't have handled all that. But it's awesome that other people can. It's super humbling that other people can too. I'm going into my second year at UC Merced. I'm taking analytical mechanics, special relativity, and differential equations / linear algebra. I loved having like multiple math courses in a semester. It was always different because I think I took. What did I take? I took real analysis and linear algebra the same semester. It was nice to have some variation. Next semester, classical mechanics, stat mech, theoretical mathematics, and ordinary differential equations, some elective. One thing I'm very jealous of is the people at ODU, where I went to for undergrad, advocated to take this course, or for a course to be offered in theoretical mechanics. Enough people wanted it, and now ODU's offering it, and it sounds amazing. They're going over differential forms, the exterior forms, all of this math. It sounds amazing, and I didn't get to take it. Analysis 2, analytical mechanics, introduction to quantum. Sounds good. I'm graduating high school and getting my associate's degree. I'm in 11th grade, so this semester I'll be taking general physics and Calc 2. Sounds cool. Wait, you're while also getting your associates. I totally underplayed that. That's amazing. Geometrical and physical optics, modeling life physics, Calc 3, Orgo, and cell biology. So you're a life physics major with biophysics specialization. Man. I'm teaching English conversation at intermediate and higher level adults in a small town in Germany. The penalty for retiring to Germany. What? Oh, you retired and went to Germany. Okay, that sounds awesome. Oh, that's cool. So you get to move to Germany, and then you get to teach English? Is that what I'm getting out of that? Wow, that's pretty exciting. I would love to go to Germany. One of my best friends We've always talked about like going to Germany together and just having a good old time, seeing a bunch of old buildings. Theoretical physics level 1, analysis and calculus, numbers, vectors, and matrices. Foundations of physics, scientific skills. Foundation physics, we've done classical mechanics, special relativity. We're finishing up wave and oscillators. For some reason, a lot of those intro physics courses skip on waves and optics. Not so much oscillators though. Maths or classes are just proofs galore, and scientific skills has been experiments in lab. Ugh. I'm taking linear algebra, multivariable calculus, quantum, and classical. So you're taking quantum and classical at the same time. It's very scary because up until now I've only had 1 or 2 difficult classes to focus on in any given semester, but all these sound a tad overwhelming. Well, you have a bunch of not too bad classes. I thought classical was really hard in undergrad. Quantum sort of, kinda, I guess. I don't know, you kind of do what you gotta do. It's like, what's the alternative, you know? University Physics 3, math methods, mathematical structures, linear algebra. Thinking about adding an intro cosmology class, but it might be too much. That's always the question, right? It's always like, I want to take more, but I don't know if I can. University 3, I don't know. I guess it depends on what level class. If it's like a 200 or 300 level, maybe you could swing it, but I mean, there's always next year. Next year I'm taking PDEs and modern physics. I loved PDEs. Was a pretty cool class. That was a pretty cool class. I still have my notes laying around somewhere. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of modern. Psyched for some linear algebra and electromagnetics with applications. Sounds fun. Got classical mechanics along with electric circuits next semester. I'm also taking history through mathematics course that I'm excited about. History through mathematics. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow. Digital signal processing, design 1, communication, systems, and networks. What kind of, I'm assuming you're an engineering student. I'd be interested in knowing what kind. Oh, God. Can you not do that? My camera died as I was just finishing up these last ones. So there's Real Analysis 1, Intermediate Cosmology, Ring Theory, Introduction to Quantum Mechanics. That is what I'm talking about. That sounds super interesting. I want to go to school with you right now. By the way, sorry about Meow Meow deciding to try to seduce all of you. That was disgusting. Waves and Optics plus Introduction to Python. And screw the other ones. Are you talking about screw the other classes that you're taking, or screw the other programming languages? I'm assuming it's the other classes. Mine is physics. I guess that just means you're taking a physics class. Sounds great. Differential equations, abstract algebra, stats, and numerical analysis. Sounds like you are a math major who is finishing up their lower level because you're just finishing up differential equations. And you're starting to get into the upper level ones. That's an interesting time. And the last one is Introduction to Condensed Matter Physics. There was no condensed matter class offered for my undergrad. I think there is a couple for grad school. I don't see myself taking it. It's just not, that doesn't sound like it's for me, but I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I enjoy isn't for everyone else. But that is it. That's what everyone is taking. And now the next question is, out of these ones that aren't my classes, what sounds the most interesting? Now, I'm not going to be making a video on this one. That would be kind of overkill. But I'm just curious, like out of all of these, out of this huge list of classes that people are taking, what do you think sounds pretty cool? I think all of the advanced math classes and the GR and stuff sounds pretty cool. I'd like to take a course in ring theory, to be honest. So let me know in the comment section out of these what you think is looking pretty interesting, and I'll see you guys there.